you've been running this for a minute. Like like bro, me and Evan was literally talking about it. We was like, man, like out of everybody I've known just doing this and from the borough, like that area, was like, bro, Slightly been doing this for the longest consistently. Like for real.
You know,
Like very consistently.
it's really good to hear that, man. And also like me and my friend back here playing this game
Mhm.
right now, but we always talk about like being consistent with this type of stuff because he's on Twitch and he makes music and stuff, and like at the end
Mhm.
of the day, like I'm gonna do this regardless, even if I'm not getting
Exactly.
the results,
Exactly.
just because, and
Exactly.
it kind of falls back on what I was talking about you and seeing you kind of still do your thing, and you're kind of transitioning your creative energy into like streaming and stuff now, and like uh it's just really cool to see. And I think people also had this misconception with uh getting like in your mid to late 20s into your 30s, like, oh well, that's it,
Oh
you're
my
dead.
goodness,
Like
bro. That man, that right there, bro. That is bro, that is crazy to think about. Like I'm 31 and like this year I told myself, like I've always been, I know you saw like the short film and stuff,
Mhm.
and like I've always been a fan of just like film and like just video and stuff like that, but more so just film because I watch a lot of movies, a lot of shows. But you can ask my wife, like I actually, when I watch movies, like I watch the movie, the plot, but I also watch like how it was
Behind
shot,
the
the
scenes, yeah,
yeah, like just the art behind it. And I'm stepping into that, but I'm saying that to say it's crazy when people be like, "Oh yeah, when you're 27, 28, 30, it's like, bro, go get a job, raise a family, blah blah blah." And I was like, it's crazy to say because it's like, no, like that's I feel like in your late 20s and early 30s, I feel like that's when you're really like you're peaking. I won't even say you actually peaked, but you're like operating at a different level
yeah,
to where it's like I understand how to like go about stuff now. You know what
for
I'm
sure,
saying? It's yeah, it's like you remember when you were younger and you tried stuff and you were like, dang, I failed or
yeah.
I didn't do good. And you just kind of was like, oh well, it hurt. But now it's like you understand like if I don't try, that's really the failure.
I feel that's a good point. I feel like, just to kind of put it in different words, I feel like you're sort of in your prime in a certain way because
Mhm.
you have more life experience, and you know
Exactly,
exactly what
exactly,
you want to do. Because
exactly.
I'm sure. So, how old are you when you first started recording music? 18,
Like
19?
I was probably like for real, I was probably like 16, 17 probably.
Okay. Think
Yeah.
about back then. If think about back then. I mean, now it's helped you build up to this passion that you
Mhm.
have now, but like you didn't know shit compared to what you know now. You know,
Bro, nothing.
at least me.
Nothing.
I mean, I'm kind of speaking for you, but like
No, I
what the
didn't know
knowledge you
nothing,
know
bro.
now, you know, you wouldn't have been able to, like, if you had the knowledge that you did 10 years ago, like you were saying, you would be, oh gosh, I mean, that it would be, the results would be astronomical. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro, if I knew if on that particular note too, if I knew what I knew, well, if I knew what I know now, and if we had the opportunities now that younger kids have as far as with like social media and there's way more like resources and outlets to like do stuff like now in a sample size, it was so hard when I played basketball in high school to like possibly get a look for somewhere. Now it's like, bro, you can be at a small school. You
Yeah,
have a 5 minute highlight clip or just a couple clips on Instagram of you doing something. Somebody is going to post it or repost it, and then boom. Next thing you know, you're at least a name that people
for
will
sure.
follow.
Even I mean, that's even with football too, with
Yeah, football too.
with JUCOs, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers went to a JUCO. Tyreek Hill went to a JUCO. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
I mean, there's no telling what kind of demon quarterback.
Soldier.
Yeah. What
Exactly.
kind of demon
Exactly.
quarterback right now is tearing up some JUCO in Kansas, and because he fucked up or whatever at some ACC school, and he had to go sit down and get his act together, and
Exactly.
then he, like you said, he put out a highlight tape, and then he got his other shot at Oregon State,
Exactly.
and then
It was like
it's amplified
nobody
it.
thought about nobody really thought about this. And it's like funny how it like progressed. Like what you said, if I was 16, 17 now, bro, I would have easily done most of my work. Still like well, I did most of my work by myself, but I would have done way more by myself, knowing like, okay, now knowing that really all I need to do a video in a sense is a phone,
Yeah.
some lighting, and an editing software. And like I just remember how like complex I felt like that was now.
Yes.
Now it's like, bro, kids just have a phone and that's all they need. It's just the
Yeah.
resources, bro. It's just the resources because it's like I said, they have more places to put their music. We didn't have reels and Instagram like nobody. If you think about when Instagram first dropped in social medias, like nobody
Just
thought of,
pictures.
bro. Nobody thought
Yeah.
about doing the content. What's on that? Nobody thought about doing that.
And that's why at that point, 2011, 2012, whenever Instagram
Mhm.
did come along, people
Yep.
people went there and they were like, "Oh, it's the new place to post pictures," and like it's just pictures because like
Yeah.
people wanted an alternative to Facebook and Twitter back then, and now I mean it's funny you actually bring that up because I just posted some clips today, and
Hmm.
I saw like I haven't posted in a while, honestly. I kind of took not like a hiatus, but I took some time off. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw like it was like apply for gifting basically. And I was like, I signed up for it, obviously, wishful thinking. Obviously, I'm realistically probably not going to just wake up tomorrow and just make
Just
my
go
month's
get it.
salary, but just the fact that you can literally make a job out of just posting Instagram videos is insane and absurd to
Yeah.
think. That's
Yeah.
some people's jobs, whether it
Yeah.
be like comedy sketches or something like that. Absolutely insane.
Bro. It's insane to, and honestly, I I like I kind of enjoy it. I kind of wish I kind of like it. I actually think that it's cool that in my opinion, the job of the future is being a content creator, and because it's so like I guess that particular title is so widespread. You can be a gamer, streamer, podcaster, a writer. You can, like you said, you can be on Instagram, TikTok. Being a content creator, bro, is so widespread. It's saturated, but at the same time, if you fit, it's if you can like find that void and then you fill it, you pretty much good. And kind of like what you said, that's your job. You wake up and you make videos and you do posts. So like you think about that, that's really crazy. I mean, these people, bro, honestly pull like so much. Like I follow a couple of them and they just not necessarily like spread what they make just to be flexing, but they'll just tell you kind of what's going on. And one dude I was watching, he was just saying pretty much, bro, like off of just brand deals alone, he was making around like 20 to like 50K a month. And that's not
Yeesh.
even, yeah, and that's not counting what he was making from like Amazon sales and do all that. And I thought about it because I was like, he's an influencer. And when people watch people like that, I don't even think it's necessarily bad that people get influenced because I feel like some people truly don't know. Like if
Well,
you,
in a
yeah,
way, it's not a
in
new.
a way it is. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Go ahead, go ahead.
but in a way, it's not a new thing though, because
Yeah.
think about I don't know, like Jimmy Fallon or a late night TV person like Conan
Hmm.
O'Brien in like 2006, like pre-internet. I mean it's called a different thing. But he's an influencer. He did influence
Oh
a lot of
yeah.
stuff, But
Oh yeah.
Jimmy Fallon, or Conan O'Brien, he was what the things he joked about, and like the bands and stuff that he would have on. That's like influencing people's thoughts in a way.
Even Dave,
Even
even
Dave
Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle,
Yep.
yeah, was a big like influence. Yeah, like I definitely understand what you're saying. Like, shit, even for me, Allen Iverson, a big influence
Yeah,
on
true.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was the first person that we truly seen rocking the different braids. He had the sleeve, he had his
Tattoos.
own
Yeah.
tattoos. It was like, okay, but he was hooping.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like big influence. Same thing is kind of like, you know, I'm just speaking of, like I would say like just as far as athletes, like Michael Vick was a big influence too. He made it cool for like younger black kids who played quarterback, like to feel like, oh, it is okay to like run and throw. And granted, there was people before Michael Vick. There was like Steve McNair, Randall Cunningham.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was people way before Michael Vick, but Michael Vick did it like in a way where it was like, oh, he's different.
Yeah.
And that's why we got Lamar Jackson and some of these other people. But that was influence. So like 100% on the nail. I think the only difference is now is because of the internet and social media, we can see what those people do way more.
Yeah,
So you
constantly
can
almost.
constantly, and then it's others who aren't even necessarily like famous. They're just known on the internet. And it's like if you see these people, it's like you would only really recognize them if you follow them and know them. But other people, even where they live at, don't even know who the hell they are. And it's kind of like a joy to be like, I'm financially stable. I'm like I'm doing what I want to do, but I'm also like making a positive influence on my audience and my community, and then others who find me also find me as a positive influence. And the money really don't matter. It's more so about I'm being compensated and I'm being I guess trying to find the word. I guess you're being more so
I think compensated is a good term. It's
it's
not
like
like,
appreciated. I'm gonna
yeah,
say that. It's like
yeah,
appreciated for doing that. Like one dude I do watch, he kind of just dropped tips for like self-care tips for like men. And at first I was like, you know what I'm saying? But then I thought about it and I was like, everybody isn't like me, where it's like I kind of know I got days where I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. But for the most part, I know how to take care of
right.
myself, wash my face. And then I was like, maybe there is some people out there that truly don't know.
Yeah. Well,
And
also think about a 12-year-old.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
and some or we
a
just
younger
not
person.
yeah,
Yeah,
younger person that
younger
might
man.
not younger man that might not have a male figure in their
True.
life, and they follow that and they be like, okay, now I know, boom, boom, boom. I know what to tell my mom what to get me because this is what this person uses.
Right.
I'm trying to do. So it like I said, there are positive influences, and I think that's what I like about the internet is the informational side of it because it's always you can always learn and grow no matter like how old or how much like whatever you are. So it's dope. But at the same time though,
You know,
you know, yeah.
I know where you're going. Let me walk you back a little here, just
Go
before I
ahead.
forget this point. So
Go
you know
ahead.
how you were saying how, like, the future is kind of like influencers is like a job.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
On top of that, 300,000 feet view, there's a whole industry where you don't have to be the person in front of the camera making funny videos. There's a whole industry behind that too. You know what I'm saying? Managers,
Yep.
freaking, you know what I'm saying? There's like, say you have a studio, you need a front desk person, you need janitors, etc. And that's all based off of content creation on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Yep.
have to be full like, you know, just because I work in a warehouse at Amazon doesn't mean that I am Jeff Bezos, but I am working
Correct.
for Amazon.
Correct.
You
Correct.
know,
Correct.
it might be
Because I
kind of
mean,
a
like
stretch, but yeah,
you need a team. Like you need a team. You need uh people to work with. Like even the best content creators or artists for this instance, the best thinkers in the world, they have teams that help them um like direct the content or whatever it is, just because of like,
Yeah.
you might know what's going on, but
To
you
get an
also
extra
need
another
to get
person's
it
thought, just
exactly,
kind of bounce around
exactly.
ideas and stuff. And that's
I'm
important. That's
exactly.
important even in well, like you were saying with film, I also kind of to a certain degree, know, I make videos and stuff, but I also look at okay, I'm thinking about I just watched a movie the other day and whole nother conversation, but
Oh yeah, go ahead.
On my TikTok algorithm, it started showing behind the scenes of this movie, which is crazy in itself. But if you think, I always look at the movie and think, okay, you got this person, the camera pointed at this person, and there's like 20 people behind the camera,
Mm-hmm.
lights, the cameras, the
Yep.
action also, and then like, you've got
You
the
get the
set,
sound
the
engineer. Yep.
sound,
All of that. All
all
of that.
kind, and think about all those people and then all those people need assistance, and then all those people need help, rounding up their equipment and stuff. So that's kind of, I think, where the industry is headed in a way where it's becoming an I think it's already here in a way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's here, bro.
Like it's not
It's
like
it's it's here.
like 5-10 years ago you could say, man, I could see it becoming no, like it's here. Think about I mean, has Drewski been in any movies? I assume he has. Drewski,
He's
I would assume so. If he's not,
if
he's
he
he's
if
he's
he
freaking gonna be. So
if
like,
he hasn't, I'm sure he's in. Yeah, he's a. Yeah, it's. I'm sure it's on the way.
people like him who has, I'm sure he's gonna have a. I don't know if he has his YouTube show and stuff or whatever, that talent show. But like, there's people like him who make like funny content who might turn to stand up, and then there's some people who might turn into, I don't know, like acting and stuff from that, where the real money is, where the real like
Yeah, yeah, bro.
industry is.
We were just on another note. We were talking about like on our podcast we just started. We were talking about just like I said if I ever just got on with my music, I said the way music is, in my opinion, right now, which is another conversation. I was like, I would probably do like one or two albums, and then I'm trying to get into something else. I was like, and then the way I would do it is like for instance, if I wanted to open up my own film company, I would use my music as a way to fund my like my pro like my new projects. Oh, this is X amount of money. Let me do an album, and then we can like go on tour, do this, boom, 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 and then we'll save up that much money, and then I'll know how much money I need to just and like put that back into and invest in this because I need to buy the equipment. Kind of like what you said, we need to hire people. We even though it'll be a small production company, we still want to hire the best that we can get. So, so okay. So I was like, um, hold on one second.
No, you're good, man.
Don't deduct the money real quick. I don't know what
we
she
won't.
came in with all the food.
Oh, with the food.
Yeah, she came in with all the food. But yeah, no, like, it's just I think that everything needs a team. At what I'm basically trying to say,
Yeah,
everybody needs a team to make it work. And I think a lot of content creators and artists, especially like new artists and things like that, that's kind of like where I'm at with it too. Kind of with like me wanting to get into more video side, as I realize as good as I am at music and as much as I know that I've grown as an artist, I've realized that somebody has to hold the camera to an extent.
yeah,
And yeah, and it just has to happen. And I was like, if I'm more so interested in doing it, I would rather do it. And it's not me taking a back seat to my music because I'm not. I got
right.
plenty stuff like ready, what I'm saying, cooking up. But it's more so as if I can add another element to the game, then yeah, like what I'm saying? Like I think that's where I'm at with it. And if it's on the same as what we're speaking about is I've been influenced to do it because I've seen other people tell stories through visuals, and I'm like, I believe I can do the same thing.
Yeah. It's kind of pivoting here. It's, you know what's funny is when I reached out to you about doing this podcast, I didn't even know you guys were starting one. So I think this is like
Yeah,
awesome timing.
bro. No, it's great timing because I'm trying to get back into doing like podcasts because I got a better setup. We
Oh
had
yeah,
one before. Yeah, we had one
I did one of
before. Like,
those with y'all.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You did what you did.
yeah,
We did. Yeah, we did it over Zoom
yep.
and everything.
Dude,
So
that was
it was
during
just
that was like COVID times. That,
COVID.
you know, in a weird way, COVID really helped. I talked about this a lot during COVID too, but like looking back on it, it helped me start this podcast because I started this in
You boomed.
2019. But I did, that was
You
all we did
boomed.
on the weekends. I was with my roommates and
You
my friends, and we were just like, bring some beer, and like we're not going out. You know what I'm saying? Bring some
no,
beer,
yeah,
bring some
yeah.
beer over, and we're just gonna talk for an hour and 20 minutes and that type
That
of
was
stuff.
that was like peak. That was peak gaming, peak Discord,
Yeah,
like time where we was chilling. Like
yeah,
I never played so much Call of Duty in my
yeah,
life since the pandemic. But like I got like I started off saying earlier, bro. I've definitely noticed literally from like COVID time, like you just said, till now. Like you have had a lot of people I know,
yeah.
some people I haven't known, but it's been a lot of people on the couch over there.
You know, I can say this, man, and this is like, I'm not trying to sound like I'm like high and mighty on everybody. I'm kind of
Talk your
well,
shit.
but I want to say this. I want to use this as like a something that people can observe, okay? Who are like maybe on the outside looking in on streaming or gaming or anything, music, anything like this. This network, you know, that I've created on like my Instagram page and like getting guests and stuff, it literally started from interviewing my circle of friends and
Mhm.
then interviewing like, you see what I'm saying? And it kind of grew and
Yeah,
grew and
it just
grew and
kind of
grew.
grew and grew. Yep.
And then a little bit of it kind of was luck of the internet. Like you know Tizo Touchdown now?
Yeah, yeah.
I I was the first person to cover him.
Dang, that's
Yeah,
wild. What?
we follow each other. We've DM'd a lot. I've talked about
That's
it
tough.
so much, but like I talked, so he just put out his album and he's on tour with Travis Scott right now, but right before,
Mhm.
I was literally I'm still like I was streaming on Twitch, like playing this game, and like I'm not necessarily a streamer, kind of. I can do it, but like he just happened to pop in there one day and like he was telling me about his album right before it came out. I was like, wait, coming out with an album? But like that's just kind of one thing that I'm trying to like show people is like I was just, and then from me uh covering his music, because I was blogging too back a lot then. I have my own blog. I don't really use it much anymore, but from
Mhm.
him reposting me and stuff, he had like 10,000 followers at that point, which is a lot, way more than me. From him reposting me, it started kind of a chain reaction of me connecting with other people who connect with other people from other states. And then
Mhm.
now, you know, I have like a little heat map of Texas, and a little like heat map in Atlanta, like with you too, obviously, in Georgia,
Yeah,
and that type of
yeah.
stuff. So like I'm kind of just the overarching theme here is just like chip away, you know, chip away at it.
Try. Yep, do
Yeah,
it.
try.
Do it. No, first of all, I didn't know you connected with Tizo. That's actually
Yeah.
tough.
And I
So
talk
yeah,
about it all the time, probably too
that
much,
is
but hey.
no talk no, but see that right there just let you know if no matter bro how like no matter how hard you worked, and I know it was long, like long nights, long days of just, and it was probably days you probably didn't even want to do the shit. But just that one interview with Tizo just let you know this is what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
This is what I'm, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, it might just be
Actually, yeah, that's a
him.
good point, man. That is
That's
a
a
good
good
point.
bro. This is what you're supposed to be doing because it's like, bro, it doesn't matter. It's like literally, bro. I was literally writing like a little like short film trying to do some shit behind this message, which is like it's like nothing new, but literally it's not where you like come from, and it's not where you're going. I mean, it's more so not where you're like coming from or where you are. It's where you're going type shit.
Hmm.
Cause it's like where you came from, bro. It's like you said, started off not knowing anything,
Yeah.
and then you grew all the way into what it is now, and now you own, you have like a connection with Tizo, and from there you never know what type of other connection you'll have with the next person.
Right.
But not only on top of that, you are streaming, you're gaming now, bro. It's endless possibilities with this shit.
Yeah, I think, man, I mean, I talk about it all the time, but I think people are just discouraged about putting stuff out and not getting views. Cause like when I was doing music
Fuck the
too,
views.
yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. Like when I was doing music too, like literally it was me and my roommate, he was my
Mhm.
producer, and like my friends were just reposting me. We were just listening to my music. We just, instead of, in like this weird way I was talking about, during COVID, how we would just get together and sit on the couch and turn the cameras on. At that
Mhm.
point, we would just get together, sit on my friend's bedroom floor and make beats and music, you know?
Yeah,
So, which
good
is,
times, good times,
yeah, man.
good
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. Which now, you know, it kind of ties back to what we were saying about being a little bit more mature now. Like, look at that. You have a sophisticated, you were able to responsibly save up your money and put together a nice responsible setup to where you're able to make quality music. Now you're able to turn
Exactly,
on a nice camera and look crisp and clean,
bro. And
and it takes a
it's
while to
like
get there.
it it took so long to get here, bro. Like I've had my camera. Honestly, bro, my camera, bro, this camera, I've had this camera. It's probably my first piece of equipment. I've had this camera since the year it came out, bro. This camera came out in 2015.
Wow, it looks
Yes,
great.
it's a Sony mirrorless.
Yeah.
So if I've had it since 2015, and then we use it, me and my wife use it, and then we didn't use it for like years. And then once I got into stream, and I was like, I wonder can I use this camera? And then I got to doing my research, and I maybe like a year and a half ago, I saw where a lot of streamers coming out of COVID and that were in COVID were like searching for. As I have the A
Seven.
5100.
Okay.
People are looking for like the 6,000, literally for the
Okay.
6,000, the 60, like the 63, the A7. They're looking for those. And this one, bro, is now you can probably buy for like $300. And this is the regular lens. It like comes with
Yeah, it looks
everything.
good.
Like this, yeah, the setup is out the box. Years later, bro, this is still people want this as like their streaming camera. And for me, I can change the lenses out and everything. So it's like if I get another lens, it would even look better. But like coming from here, then having my microphone, which I've always had from just my like music and stuff
Right.
like that, interface as well. I still got my MacBook and kind of growing. And then once I started understanding about streaming and stuff, then I said, okay, I need a PC. So I saved up for it. I got a PC. I understood what was going on. And then once I started actually following streamers, like watching streamers consistently, like I actually do spend a lot of time on Twitch and YouTube just watching streamers, like all types. Like you name them, I probably watch them.
Yeah.
From Valkyrie to Kai to everybody. I watch everybody. And what's cool is I started understanding that just how me and you were talking, that's how they talk to chat.
Yeah.
That's how when people get into Discord, that's how they talk. And it's not being nobody you're not, it's just being yourself. And I was like, okay. Then I wanted to do more of this. Like, bro, honestly, side note, I've been wanting to podcast for the longest because I do have a setup
Yeah, it
and
looks
it's fire.
awesome.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
fire. And I was like, I've been wanting to do this shit.
And I'll tell you this too about streaming. You have no choice but to be authentic too.
Oh yeah.
You know how easy. All right, when you pre-record stuff, whether it be music or videos or anything, it's really hard to like to kind of fine tune your personality or something like
Oh
that,
yeah.
and
Oh
like
yeah.
shape it a certain way. you have to be like authentic and entertaining to be able
Oh
to
yeah. Oh
to
yeah.
grasp an audience, you know. And the kind of transition I wanted to ask you about how you feel, how do you feel about like the just chatting kind of culture of Twitch that's kind of came about in the last like 5-6 years? Because I've been watching, you know, Twitch for a while, a few years, but it was I remember it as gaming. You know what I'm saying? I watched.
I remember it as Justin TV.
Right, sure. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel kind of about the last like era? I don't even know what you call it, but like the just chatting era where people set up a camera and go on Discord and look at memes.
It's tough to say because I enjoy it, but there is like a fence. It's like there's a part where I don't and a part where I do. The part where I do, I like it, and I do think that just chatting should be a thing, is because some people just like to watch people talk. And in a sense, just chatting is literally just a live podcast, and people are just watching you like react, and they're it's like 50% low key like a radio show,
Yeah,
50% podcast. Because how, if you have a radio show, people will like call in and ask questions. People in chat ask questions, or they go to like Discord and they tell them to send memes to the Discord, and they just go react to it. And the reaction culture isn't new, because that's been part of YouTube. A lot of YouTubers got big from
yeah,
reaction videos. So now people are just doing live reactions while just chatting, and then they have their mods and stuff like just clip it
right.
and make clips of it and drop it on their like um TikToks or whatever, or their clip pages. And so it's like, in a sense, is I understand just chatting because it's people just like to see people react. The downfall about it is I don't like how um it kind of took over like the gaming aspect though
Yeah.
of Twitch. I'll say that. I don't like I think that I don't know how they would do it, but I feel like they just push the streamers who have the most like subs and shit,
Yeah.
or whoever has the most like engagement around that time, instead of actually who's like good at the game, or if there's a game out
Oh,
right
I
now.
see what you're saying.
You know what
I
I'm
see
saying?
what you're saying.
Like for instance, maybe it's because I follow NBA 2K, like their streaming page, but I feel like if 2K is having like an event, I feel like maybe not even on like the front page, but Twitch should have that somewhere for like a sports event, like 2K event going on, or a
I know what you
Madden
mean.
event going on. You know what I'm saying? I
I
feel, yeah,
play FIFA. Like that's the only game I play. I play FIFA
yeah,
Ultimate Team. Is the only game I play. It's like the only Twitch streamers I
yeah,
watch.
yeah.
Now you've got the FIFA. What's called EAFC now, whatever. But
Hmm.
you got the FIFA like streamers who've been doing this for 10 years, and then you have somebody like Speed who plays FIFA, which I know he's on YouTube, but someone like him, he'll if he is playing that game, he's going to be under that category. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On like, and it's not. I'm not going to watch. For one, I like Speed. He's funny or whatever, but like, it's not
Yeah,
for
but
me.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm
But
not
I'm
gonna watch Speed. Yeah,
for
yeah,
gameplay and
definitely,
like cut
definitely.
you know. All right, you play 2K like you said? Do you do
Yeah.
like Ultimate Team or just like my
Nah,
park?
I just play Park, but I
Okay.
do watch a couple people that play my team.
Okay, so you know how like there's like daily, like weekly and daily content and stuff
Hmm.
like with that. So like I'm not gonna go to Speed to like watch what's new with the game. What the
Yeah,
new cards is it or that came out, or like what the state of the game, like because like how you would be like with your build on 2K. You know, you're gonna go there and they're gonna be like, man, these stretch bigs, why are they hitting all these threes, like all that kind of stuff, you
exactly,
know. So
exactly.
but with somebody like Speed who's a pure entertainer, he's under that category. He's gonna take a lot of those views because he's on that page. He's on under that FIFA
Correct,
category. And it's
correct.
kind of
It's,
a,
yep.
I mean, I'm not
It's
hating on
iffy.
him, but
It's
yeah.
iffy. No, it's iffy. And see, like on that same note, You know who that helps out though? That helps out indie developers because a game like what was that shit?
We're
Um,
playing Power World right now.
okay.
Yeah.
Side note: do y'all
Yeah.
have a server?
Yeah, we do.
Is it kind of like y'all have shit in
Well,
there?
we've played for he's like chipping away right now, but we've played like twice. So I mean, we got like a couple hours on
Okay. Side note:
it.
I'm gonna get you to send me the code. I got it too. I play a little bit of it.
Okay.
I have it. Yeah, I got it too. I'm gonna get you to send me the code
Okay,
because
man. Yeah.
my server is like decent.
We're still building
But
it. Like we've I don't know. We got a couple hours.
so I was gonna say though, like, thank you. So I was gonna say it helps indie gamers because, um, like I watch Agent. I'm sure you know who Agent
Yeah.
is. Yeah, so I watch Agent a lot. Agent is probably my favorite streamer. Funny, funny enough, I think he's my favorite streamer because of although his chat is pretty childish. I
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I'm not like I like Speed's fucking hilarious. You know, but like if I because like I go and watch these streamers because I keep up with soccer every single day. Soccer's the one sport I watch. So you know how in 2K where you know they're talking about the game, but also they're talking about the games last night and the culture of the NBA. Like, oh my god, you
hmm
know, so and so's shooting like shit right now in real life. Like, because
hmm
it's the culture. Speed doesn't like keep up with that stuff necessarily. It's kind of like
Yeah, no
entertainment, and like
entertainment.
I
Yeah,
want to talk about the games last week. Who's going to the new teams, like that kind of
yeah,
stuff. It's
and
kind of
see
all lumped in.
and that's that's what goes with them. And it's not bad because obviously they're successful, but
Sorry,
that's what
what
kind
were
of
you saying
goes.
about the indie gamers though? Sorry.
No, yeah, no, go. So I was saying, as far as the indie gamers, I was saying, I watch Agent, and basically he was playing what's that game where they were like, I think it's called,
Only
is
up.
it called Only Up?
Okay.
Only Up. So Agent kind of averages about, I would say when I watch him, he averages about 7 to like 11K per stream. So, which is, good. When he was playing Only Up, and because like chat knew that he was like, he played that shit for like a week and he would get so
Oh,
far
he's
and
trying to do like
fall.
oh
And he raged, he broke his monitor,
oh
all
my
types of
god.
shit. So the day he beat it, he had 38K in his stream watching. And so why I said that streamers, the just chatting streamers help indie games is because they don't normally play the game.
That's a good
So when
point.
a game comes out and when just chatting streamers are playing it, like you said, by default, they're going to be at the top of the food chain in that game for however long it's going on. Like Power World, Agent plays Power World too, and he averaged, like I said, 8K. So just off of him alone, and then he plays with somebody else that gets like 700 to 1,000, and there's other people that play it, bro. They averaging almost 100K or a little bit over, maybe more than that per day per views on their game. So that helps any games because it's
A good
it's
point.
it's
Yeah.
it's like it's supporting and getting their game exposure without them having a major person behind them. Like I said, Only Up. They like Tim the Tap Man played it. Nick Merckx played it.
Everybody, literally.
Kai played it. Everybody played that game, and that game got so much money, so much views because of big streamers, COD streamers, people that just wanted to. And it was one of those games where it had like an addiction factor. It had like a high it was like high risk, high
Yeah, for
reward,
sure.
like the reward of speed running through it and saying you went through the whole thing and you did it in like 5 minutes, a world record.
Right.
People were trying to speed run through it, and so just because they beat it once, they try to beat it again and again and beat records. So yeah, bro, it helps indie games out. So
I think that's a cool thing about Steam in general is
yeah,
it promotes those like independent games,
yep,
you know. But you got to really be having a PC, you have to like be a certain type of a person, I guess. But like, you can't. If you're just a casual, if you're a guy, okay, who has a PlayStation hooked up on their 60-inch TV in their living room playing COD, kicked back on a recliner, you don't need a PC. That console is
Yeah,
just right for you. You
and
know?
literally, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that
There's
also.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Me sitting here having my PS5 hooked on one monitor and then still having a PC, I feel like a tryhard at every game because I'm like, there's no reason why
And
I have this
the
set up.
Ethernet cable too. You
Ethernet
gotta get
cable,
this.
bro. I got the switch down there. Everything's hard, bro. Yes, yes. I got Google Fiber and some more shit.
Oh
So
damn.
it's like, so yeah, like, so it's. I feel like a tryhard playing this, but literally what you said. I I want to buy a Switch for my daughter and my wife and us. We can just play games in the living room. It's low maintenance as fuck. Just Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mario
we got one
Party,
too.
all that. Yeah, just low maintenance as hell, bro. And just put it in there because the same guy with the 60 inch with the PS5. That's how I want to be with the Switch. But like you just said, having a PC, it takes a certain type of gamer and like you gotta want to play.
And you got
Like
to use
I'm
it in certain ways too. Like with me recording this on Discord on OBS, I couldn't do that on my MacBook.
yeah,
It's not possible. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's another
yeah,
thing too. Like if you're in this space as well, like if you're going to use like recording software, like I have Fruity Loops on here too, or video editing software, you're going to want to use this. I definitely edit most of my videos on my Mac because
yeah,
I did it for so
yeah.
many years. Like I'm so used to it in a way. And yeah,
So
I'm
so
just so used to it.
so side note on some tech shit.
Yeah.
How are you? So you're recording us through OBS. So how would you? Are you just gonna strip the audio from here, or do you have the audio recording like somewhere else?
I'm pretty sure that it's recording um through this. I'm almost positive. And
Yeah,
then
it's so I was gonna say because I have my OBS set up to where I can like put everybody in there and like do what we're doing.
yeah.
I guess what I was trying to because when we did I'm only asking because I was like we did our podcast. I wanted to do this
Mm,
because this is easy.
yeah.
I did it through like Riverside only because like they gave me like separate audios.
I I'm pretty sure like if this doesn't work, it's whatever. We still had a
No,
conversation, but
no, this is dope. This is dope.
I'm pretty sure that it is recording everything.
Yes, and this is dope because I was gonna say
Yeah.
this is natural. I was wondering because I was like, I want to do the Discord, like, because this is so easier. I just wish that Discord lets you like
I know.
like split the audio kind
Yeah.
of like per person.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not with this type of so I haven't done a online podcast in a while actually, but I was doing
mhm,
it during COVID, like when I was meeting these people from like out of
mhm,
state and stuff. I was doing it on Zoom, but then Zoom, I don't know if you've used Zoom recently, but they have a cap on how long you can record now without a
yeah,
membership. So,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is so stupid. But
A lot of them do.
but I'm 90% sure that we're going. I mean, I got my levels are jumping and stuff. I got
Oh yeah,
display
90%. Oh
capture.
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
We're good. We're
I'm
good.
pretty
Nah,
sure I'm
I
good,
think no.
but I have
You're
not
definitely good.
full transparency though. I have not done uh this in a long time. But yeah,
No,
man,
this is fire. Nah,
this is probably just moving forward for you guys. This is probably like, you know, I have it like full screened. It's just like gonna be me on the right and you on the left, and then just
mhm.
going. I mean, so I could. This is a good point. This is a good topic right here, and then we'll probably wrap it up. But
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, and I really appreciate you getting back to me. But
Oh, bro, you already know.
so I'm gonna try and articulate. So whenever I like have, for example, put out these podcasts, edit it because I edit all the podcasts, I edit all my vlogs, I edit everything. So you know how there's like a quick way to do stuff, then there's like there's another way you can do it that adds an extra
Mhm.
step, you know, maybe adds an extra flair to it. I went through like a couple for like, all right, when I first was doing this, not that I didn't want to put the extra flair on it, I just didn't know how. It was a miracle that I was even able to put audio and video together and create a podcast, right?
I remember just because I remember the first time I did it, I was hella amazed because
Okay.
we were recording through like you had like an actual audio recorder
Yes.
and you had the mics hooked up to it. And I was like, what is this? But I
Yeah.
like that because for some reason I felt like the audio was like 100% like
Yes.
clear.
So there's that. There's, you know, there's many ways to do this. Like Joe Rogan and those people, like Andrew Schultz, like those people, they have, you know, huge camcorders and their mics hooked right.
Exactly.
That I ain't got the money for that, but like,
Not yet.
not yet. But what I'm trying to say is like, so when I was first doing it, I was just putting it out more specifically with one angle. I would just put it out because I was only using one camera too. So like, I just put it out as it is, put my logo like in the bottom as a watermark, boom. And
Yeah.
then for like, I don't know, 50, 60 episodes, I started very tedious. This is adding that extra flair to it. But I started, I can only talk to you about this, and there's only certain people because you're a video guy. But I started cropping who was talking in the videos manually.
Mhm.
So tedious. But basically, I don't know if if the extra time I was spending on it was actually worth it. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where when it looks natural, it's it's better. It's almost better natural than it is like,
Yeah.
trying too hard.
Like,
Like for instance, if whenever I like if we do, because like I might do this tomorrow. I might try the Discord.
mm,
I know how to crop everybody's video and then put it on certain places on the on the screen.
yeah, yeah.
So I know how to do that. At the same time though, I think that if I just like did like the screen record with Discord and then just like crop that video myself, it it still look fire. Like, I think it'd still be fire. I think and it's like you said, sometime, bro, people just like like when it's very authentic.
I know,
When it's
I know what you mean.
It's very authentic, and I do know what you mean too about you. It was like doing that. It's 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 worth it, but at the same time, it's like, is
That
it worth doing it every time?
that extra, because like, you know, all right, you know, as people who make content, you've got a job, you know, you have a select amount of time to work on this type of stuff, you know, and
Mhm.
that extra 45 minutes I was doing on post, I mean, that's a lot, you know what I'm saying? And it was very tedious. And I don't know, basically, the statement to put a button on this is I don't know how much that extra 45 minutes was actually affecting the product. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so recently, like the last kind of this new chapter, kind of, you know, with us moving and stuff, I was just like, man, I'm putting it together. I'm more worried about the clips. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it together. It's
See
to
what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Does
I
that make
see
sense?
what it makes perfect sense.
And because like
Literally, you hit the nail on the head.
I had this like internal kind of battle with myself. I'm like, am I being lazy? We're
Go ahead.
almost
Go
no,
ahead. Go
we're
ahead.
almost done, man. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. No, you're good. She just want to know if I ate. That's all. You're good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, we'll wrap it up. This is my last thought, and I'll let you
No, go ahead.
take us
No, you're
home.
good.
But I kind of had this like internal kind of battle with myself. I was like, am I being lazy? You know, by not putting this extra 45 minutes of, you know what I'm saying?
You hit the nail, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You sparked it in my head when you said, literally, when you said
The clips.
you don't know. No. You said you
Oh,
don't know if the extra time affects the product. That is a 1000%. I'm glad you said that. I needed to hear that
because
because
you have to be realistic too with this type of stuff. Like, you know, having I have 300 subscribers on YouTube. You know, if I'm lucky, and I'm also posting hour-long videos. If I'm lucky, if I get 30 views, that's fucking awesome, you know? And are people going to turn it off if I'm not cropping in and out of everybody's faces they're talking? Like, I mean,
and no, that's why I want, so real quick, that's why I want to use Discord. So I tell you the pluses and minuses and real quick, because I think it's on the same topic of what we're talking about, of doing this in Riverside. What I love about this is my camera quality is like at its full potential. Yours is too. On Riverside, when I was on there, I think it was at like 720. And then obviously downloading the video and everything loses a little bit of quality, then moving it into post and doing all of that. So needless to say, like you said, I spent so long trying to edit that video because it was so big. And then I wanted to make sure that the audio was good because I felt like sometime I was like sitting back here, so the audio was kind of messed up, and I was up a little bit, whatever. So I wanted to make sure that everything was good. But you literally said it. You said some shit. I don't even the feedback that we've gotten so far. Yes, I did put the extra time in, but
yeah.
I don't. If I would have let that shit go as is, it would have been the same shit.
Because I mean, at the same time, yeah, you want to put out like you don't want to just put out bullshit, but also like you got to find your rhythm with this type of stuff, and you got to be efficient. And I don't know, there's not really, it kind of ties back to what we were saying about at the beginning about just kind of just going for it and not being like, well, you know, for me, or like for you, you're like, well, this one part, I was a little back, like it's okay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
really fine. And then
yeah.
like say, okay, next week when you record, oh, okay, I know to just really be conscious to stay at a proper distance from the mic, and then we're good. You know, more than likely, most people probably didn't even notice.
And they didn't even notice. Yeah, that's the thing. They didn't
Yeah.
even notice. They probably didn't notice. And I was just like, man, I kept listening to it, but once I dropped it, I realized that sometimes it being authentic like that, it adds to it because it's like it's not lazy. It's more so of like that's how I really like truly was. And I just wanted to just make sure everybody's like levels and all that was
Yeah,
good. But
for
then, like you
sure.
said, I don't even think that would have affected the product, like you just said, bro. I don't think that would have affected it because at the end of the day, I think that, like you said, having the video out with the audio is doing way more than me worrying about how the audio sound.
That's another great point too, and I'm sure you've noticed with podcasting too, is adding the video element to your podcast is a game changer. You can't make audio only podcasts anymore. Like
Yeah,
period.
yeah, you can,
You got to
you
have
can.
both. Like you can have both, but you have to you got to have both because there was certain I can't think of any off the top of my head, but when podcasting first started kind of coming up, there was some that were very successful. I think NPR is like the one exception because they're a news channel. Like they can have an
Yeah,
audio, they can have an audio only because they do daily news. But like if you're some person, I don't know, some person with a podcast, you can't be audio only. You got to have both, even if
yeah,
most of your people do consume it just in their headphones, you know, at work or whatever, or
it
in the
has to
car.
be.
You got to have both. But yeah, man. So tell me a little bit about you guys' you know, podcast, and then tell me about you know where they can find you on stream and kind of what's going on, man. And
All right,
we'll get to
wrap it
we'll
up.
get to this weekend, man.
All right. So man, basically, it is called News and Nonsense Podcast. Hosted by me, Evan Dupree, and then my homie J3 Gaming, aka BJ. Pretty much, man, our podcast is over sports, the culture shit, entertainment, just current news. And we call it news and nonsense because we do want to speak on the latest news involving, you know, sports and entertainment. And then the nonsense is just us bullshitting around and making light of situations. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And we are trying to drop an episode like once a week so far. Depending on everybody's schedule, we're doing just once a week. Maybe we'll try to do 2 times a week eventually, but we're gonna do once a week, any day between Tuesday and Thursday. So anytime between Tuesday and Thursday, you can kind of expect us to drop. Um, and I want to say thanks for, you know what I'm saying, my homie Slightly for throwing me on here, letting me
Yeah, bro.
advertise ours a little bit.
Yeah.
But hey, us talking has been like long overdue. So
Yeah, dude, for
I'm glad we
sure.
got it in. I'm glad we got it in.
Absolutely.
And you'll be on our podcast as well.
Hey,
So just yeah,
you,
just
you,
know we'll
you know where to find me, man. And I mean, you got my phone number now, man. And just
yeah, for
we'll
sure.
keep collaborating and stuff, man. And if you're ever in town, definitely. We don't.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
don't. It doesn't even have to be on some content stuff, man. Just hit me up if you
yeah. No,
want to do
definitely. Are
something, man.
you still in the barrel?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure,
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah,
Hey,
bro.
Les, yeah, I usually come like once, twice a month, sometimes just depending on what we do. But no, definitely when I get in
Yeah,
town,
bro.
I will definitely tap in with you for real, for real. So, but yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm a like I said, I'm a definitely keep in touch with you so we can
Nice.
get you on our podcast as well. This has definitely been a pleasure because I feel like this was like different from what we do, but me and you being cool, so it's
Yeah.
still like I'm talking to the homie. So yeah,
Yeah, bro.
this is
This
fire. So
heck yeah, man. Well, you have a good weekend, and you better eat that food, man. I
hey,
know. I
no,
know.
it's over with. It's over with. This food is being crushed. Yeah, brother, you too, man. You have a good